How's it going?
Holy cow. It's always fun when you get to bring a team in here and an unbelievable organization. Coach McCarthy, just an unbelievably dear friend, someone I respect and love dearly. And then, you've got a lot of other coaches that are great and just a great group. I thought we got a lot of good work done, and it was fun to be a part of.
Very competitive today.
The differences between one field and another field. How aware of you of what was going on over the other side?
I'm not sure. We were just dialing it up over here and just trying to get some work in.
Very competitive.
Evaluate the offense's performance watching them.
I'll tell you, we started off hot, it felt like. Had a bunch of good plays early, and then kind of focused a little bit more on the run game, got some runs going, because we wanted to be able to look at this front on how we're going to run, because we just don't get enough of that action during the week. So it seemed like it was good. I wish the 2-minute would have been better. The red zone seemed like it went really well. I thought the guys had a couple tugs that was really great. But overall, hey, when you come out without any injury and you get to go against somebody else and get good work, you always feel great about it. Oh, it's always critical to be able to run the ball. I think that's the number one thing, to be able to help yourself protect the quarterback, set up the shots down the field, and all the things that we want to accomplish. From where we're at right now, you're really never going to know until you got to tackle somebody. I thought we did some really good combination blocks, and that's what we're trying to hunt as we put that all together and then get the backs up to the line of scrimmage or past it before they have to bounce somebody off or make somebody move. Means that you're going to be successful in the run game.
Russ was really good.
Yeah, he is a beast. He and 90. There's a couple guys on that defense that are special players, and we wanted to try to test some guys and see what would happen, and they stepped up to it. But I'll tell you, he's a good football player.
Russ was sharp today. Was it different? Did you, in terms of, were you running off a script, or how did you run it against ones versus ones with Russ today?
Primarily, it was a script. We had things. Again, in these situations, you can't spend a typical week on it like you would to be able to get ready for a game. So you're trying to do things that are going to be all-purpose, things that are going to be able to attack the front structure. But besides that, you just want him to work the plays. You want him to get a feel for it. I think Russ, he knows kind of what we were trying to accomplish, what we were trying to do, and he was just playing ball. I think that's great. You see that system come alive over there when they're going through his progression, going through his read, feeling confident the guys are getting to the right spots, which is what we're searching for. And, we just have to continually do it over and over again.
Hey, Dulcich and Hamler, did they have setbacks this week, and what's the...
No, I think Dulcich a little bit. Now I think Dulcich a little bit. KJ, we're just trying to move him in the right way. For how it's gone. When I got here, we didn't know where he was going to be at this moment, and I would tell you he's farther along than we ever thought. Dulcich, again, this is something that's never happened to him, so we just want to be sure we're doing it the right way. I believe we counted 32 days before our first home game. So I think it's, as much as we want to get out there and practice every day and bang every day and all that stuff, it's about keeping the guys fresh, making sure anybody that's nicked up or has some injuries, we just make it so that they're ready for the whole season. Oh, I think it's great. I had the opportunity to be able to talk with him last night as that stuff is kind of coming to fruition, and seems like an amazing man. Very excited to work with him, and I think, just like you said, to have somebody that has been in this game, that has played, is so interesting and so great, and so it's just so insightful. And to have a guy like him is going to be very good for all of us, and I'm very excited to work with him.
Coach, the owners were at practice today. What was it like having them there and seeing everything up close?
Yeah, they seemed like they had a great time. Once you get out here, just totally focus on football, kind of black out, so focusing on the team. But then you turn around and it's, they're right in front of you. But it was great to see smiles on their face. It was great to see that, how much they love this team already. And I think that's great, because you want to see that passion, you want to see that caring. And if you have that, you know that you're always going to have that support, and you'll continue to develop across the board.
You mentioned a hot start. What was a big part of that? What did you just see from kind of the growing relation between you and Russ?
It's funny. I think originally, we defined how people are open different ways. And I think now Russ is starting to realize he might be open even more ways than you might think. And he's such a huge man that can run, works hard, attacks the ball. And I think that so he's starting to take some shots even when there's not that much separation. So I think that he's continually testing those waters, and that's what you're seeing now.
Will Russell play at all Saturday night?
We're still going to talk about all that stuff. I know you guys are dying to hear all that stuff, but wanted to get through today first. I think I'll know more after I'm able to watch the tape and get a feel from there.
Well, he's not going to play a lot even if he does, but what kind of chance is it for Josh and Brett?
Oh, it's a great chance. I mean, even if he did go in, it would not be for much at all. I mean, I think a guy like Josh, a guy like Rip, I mean, it's a great competition right now between both those guys. You know, they had a great play. Who threw the go on the side? I didn't even see which play. Was that Rip or was that Josh? That was awesome. I mean, to see those kinds of things, like both of those guys go back and forth. And for us, it's going to be about that consistency. Getting those completions, making the right decisions, keeping the chains moving, taking the shots when you have those. And I think they both have shown they can do that. It's about now doing it consistently as we move into these preseason games.
Coach, you mentioned your relationship with McCarthy. I actually heard he used to babysit you. Can you talk about what it was like to be out there as a head coach today?
It's unbelievable. I mean, that's a guy I've looked up to my whole life. You know, I mean, since I was about 9 years old. You know, I mean, he means so much to me and my dad. And you know, to be like you're sitting here on the field and you're having a conversation, and you know, to be there with him and have an opportunity like this, you know, with him. For the first time, I mean, I can't tell you how amazing that is and how it feels. And you know, for me, I just want to represent all those guys, all those coaches that I've been around, you know, my whole life. Those guys that mean so much to me, and do a good job for those guys.
Nate, can you expand on Melvin a little bit? Did he have to have an MRI or anything?
Yeah, so he's just got a foot contusion right now. So we just kind of evaluated him. We didn't know what was going on. We just wanted to make sure we were good. So it's just a contusion. So we're just being smart with him.
Time for a few more from the coach.
Christopher Allen going on IR. Did he re-injure his foot, or is just not going to be ready?
I would say it's more not going to be ready, and a combination of some things that start happening throughout the team. I mean, you know, you only get those 90 spots, and when things start happening, you got to make those tough decisions, and you want to do what's best for the team.
When you see a different front structure like today, how much can you learn about how your linemen and your blockers are picking up what you're asking them in your games?
It's priceless. I mean, it's absolutely priceless in a situation like this because, again, we go versus our defense every day. And you get only one opportunity to go versus that front structure. And you talk about it a lot. You do drills about it a lot. But until you've got a man trying to run right through your face, you just can't simulate that. So I think that there's going to be a lot of great coaching stuff for us to move forward for some of the other teams, like our second opponent and third opponent this year, which is going to be a lot more like this front structure compared to us.
Nate, is a day like today?
Altitude started to get to them in the practice floor. Did you see some of that?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I've learned that altitude sickness is real. You know, and so we want anybody that comes here feels it. I mean, my dad was, you know, coming up the stairs and he was definitely huffing and puffing. So I mean, I think that's real. You see it out there. I mean, it's an unbelievable advantage for us to train here. So we go other places, we feel great, and people come to us and they know they got a lot to battle for.
Nate, is a day like today more valuable in your evaluations than even the preseason games will be?
I would say yes, because in the preseason mindset, you have you're not going to play the guys throughout a whole game. It's not going to go. It's going to be very limited, if any at all. So when you're here, you can get those ones, especially the guys that you're wanting to see who's going to be there throughout the whole season. So now you put them out there, and they get, I mean, a game. I mean, they got 2-minute situations. The only difference is we're just not tackling. So you get everything up to that point. So I would say these are unbelievably important, and that's why I've always loved doing this throughout my entire career.